Angola aimed at boosting trade, investment, and technical cooperation. Talks with President João Lourenço will focus on agriculture, energy, education, and infrastructure. Now, both sides are expected to sign agreements to expand bilateral trade and strengthen South South collaboration. Officials say that this visit could transform long standing political solidarity into deeper economic partnerships, with Angola serving as a gateway to African markets and Vietnam offering expertise in agriculture and manufacturing. Well, to talk to us a little bit more about this, we're now joined by Jose Gama, who's an Angolan analyst based in South Africa. Jose, thanks very much indeed for joining us, and welcome to the program.
Good morning, sir.
So let's start with this. Why is Angola looking to strengthen ties with Vietnam? What's driving this focus?
Well, Vietnam is a long partner to Angola. It's a country that Angola got a relationship since even before the independence. Let's say started 1971 when former President Agostinho Neto, when was leading the MPLA guerrilla, used to visit Vietnam, and it was one of the country also that helped the struggle, the liberation struggle. And Angola now is turning to, I mean, it's turning to China, not now, like on the past 20 years, and also to Vietnam. So now they want to improve the relation, those partnership. So that's why the president long is in Rwanda to pay a state visit and also to sign some trade accords on sector of agriculture, health, technology, energy, and construction. If you see, there's a lot of Vietnamese people living in Angola. They are around, like some say, like 10,000. Others say like 40,000. But the community are very big. There's a lot of Vietnamese people, I mean, interpreters investing in Angola or living even in the country. That's why Angola wants to have that opportunity to open the doors to Vietnam.
What's in it for Vietnam then? We can see the story for Angola from what you've said. What has Vietnam got to gain?
So Vietnam has a lot of they got also a lot of resource that can help Angola. They got technology, they got labor. They are very good also in construction, and Angola is a country that's rebuilding after the civil war. That's why they turn to Vietnam. So in Vietnam is a country also like China. They open they path a relationship with you, but they never impose things like Europeans and America does. Actually, the work is the same level, and now Angola wants to improve and want to increase the trade volumes. And they believe Vietnam is one of the country in Asia that could also help us to develop our country.
So this visit comes at a time when Angola is trying to diversify its economy somewhat away from oil or beyond oil. Can Vietnam offer solutions for Angola in this regard, given the kind of progress that Vietnam has enjoyed itself as a good example of economic recovery?
Yes, because Angola, our economy depends totally of the oil and diamonds. And now we want to turn to agriculture. We want to make agriculture as our diamonds. And Vietnam is one of the countries that can help us because Vietnam got a technical expert that should come to Angola and help us to turn this agriculture as as a new oil, as a new diamond. So one of the promise of President John Lourenço is to turn agriculture is to make the country depending totally of agriculture. So that's why he turned to Vietnam, also China and some other country, even South Africa are coming also to help us on agriculture. So that's the way President Lourenço is trying to do his best to diversify the Angolan economy.
One of the things that we've seen on the continent is countries like China, for example, they would come to Africa and there'd be quite a number of Chinese companies with a presence on our continent. But the reverse is not often true, where African companies have big presences in China. What's the situation between Angola and Vietnam? Is there Angolan business in Vietnam, and are there Vietnamese businesses in Angola?
Actually, if you look at this, there's no Vietnamese I mean, there's a lot of Vietnamese in Angola, but not on opposite. We do have like people, I mean, Angolan student in Vietnam, but not people who are investing there. Uh, Not like China. In China now, let's compare to China. There's a lot of Angolian now are investing also to China. Choosing partners in China, but that's not happened yet to Vietnam. So what happens is that there's a lot of Vietnamese entrepreneurs, investors working in Angola, but not the contrary.
Do you think that this could be an opportunity for Vietnam to use Angola as a vehicle to opening doors in the region and perhaps even beyond on the continent?
Yes, because Angola is a country that depends on 90% of the oil, and now let's say they're gonna sign agreements on the energy and petrol, and they also feel they're gonna sign a partnership between the states on the state company Sonangol and the Vietnamese also company, they call it Petrol Vietnamese. That's one of the opportunity they'll have on this state visit by the president of Vietnam, and to sign also accords on that field of energy.
Is this a visit that's going to register with the citizens in Angola? I mean, are they curious about the Vietnamese president's arrival, or will it be an ordinary day in their lives?
It will be an ordinary day, but
Hmm.
it's a special one. It's a special. So the president will stay here for 4 days. Most of the presidents pay a visit stay for 1 or 2 days. So actually, that one is a special one. So he came yesterday afternoon. Probably today he will work with President Lourenço. Tomorrow the president will visit some facilities, some also in probably also some facility built it by Vietnam, and then third day they should sign the business accords and also the partnership. Then on the fourth day, we'll be leaving the country.
And how do you see this relationship evolving in the next 5 to 10 years, perhaps? And the reciprocal question that I asked a short while ago, is this a vehicle for Angola, perhaps, to do more in the region of Asia beyond the traditional countries like China?
Yes, for sure. As I said, Angola is a country rich that is very rich in oil, and Vietnam are also interested in that partnership. And in Africa, let's say in our region, SADC, Angola is one of the few countries that says, I mean, it's the largest country, the largest oil producer, and it's also help for for our continent and our region GDP. So we that's definitely will help. It's gonna help the our region, not only in Angola, but and then after this, if this partnership will take place in a positive way, probably then we will attract other countries like Tanzania, DFC, Zambia, and others. So we have to look this in a positive way, and it looks like now Angola was turning to China. Now is he wants it he want to turn to Vietnam, and so probably Vietnam is going to be the second China in our region.
And that's where we're going to have to leave it. Jose, thank you so much. Always great talking to you, and your insights greatly appreciated. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's Jose Gama, an Angolan analyst based in South Africa, talking to us about Vietnamese President Luong Cuong's visit to Angola. 4-day state visit, and he arrived in the country yesterday. We'll keep on top of that story for you. Right now, though, it's time for your news headlines.